Hey guys, it's Evocative. In this video, I'll elucidate why 59% of Clash Royale's professional players are using the Knight evolution in their decks. Did the Evolved Knight really change the meta forever? And I'll discuss everything about the Evolved Knight's advantages, disadvantages, and synergies that make it a quote, prominent powerhouse according to Royal API. Nevertheless, this video will be very important, so I won't waste your time. The Evolved Knight was released recently in the August 2023 update and has already been nerfed heavily 3 times, but more on that later. First, we need to go over why most professional players are selecting this card, because it's certainly not a coincidence. The Evolved Knight has amassed popularity among the game's best players due to its exceptional versatility and effectiveness in all the deck archetypes, but most prevalent being the beatdown and control archetypes, all because of its unique damage reduction ability, which allows the Evo Knight to be played alongside any win condition. Normally this would not be achievable, but the ability is single-handedly responsible, as we will see in a second. It completely blocks a mind-blowing 60% of all the damage that strikes the Knight's shield, only while it's moving. This does not seem exciting in the slightest until we convert it to the actual numbers. Before the Evo Knight was nerfed, it had an 80% reduction rate, which led to 8,746 more health points, yet the current 60% reduction rate still adds 3,179 more health points to the Evolved Knight's health. Considering the Golem has an incredible 5,120 health points as the second most expensive card in Clash Royale, even the Golem still fails in comparison. Although, as you can imagine, this had a gigantic impact on the game's meta. After carefully analyzing the leaderboards and top-performing decks, we can see the Evolved Knight is often used alongside the Little Prince, the 6th champion released and #1 most used card in Clash Royale. However, I won't cover the Little Prince in this video, but to learn how to use him effectively, be sure to check out my previous video linked in the pinned comment below. Despite every card naturally having counters, it appears that soon the tables will turn. The Evolved Knight works best tanking for the Magic Archer, Spear Goblins, and Miner, while his counters are considered the Witch, Tombstone, and other causes of Swarm Troops. Air Troops don't make this list, however, because the Evo Knight's ability. Therefore, all of these are terrible counters and don't really work at all. An interesting solution is the Bowler because of his immense knockback and high health stat. However, this is a very clear negative elixir trade. The best way to stop the Evolved Knight right now is with another Evolved Knight. Although there are other ways, but this is definitely the most remarkable because it can be done without uninstalling the game. Nevertheless, every card can counter itself, but this just goes to show the sheer power behind the Knight evolution. But we haven't even touched the surface. Most players are arguing that card evolutions were a mistake and Supercell really ruined the game. It's very unfair for players that this anomaly can be utilized effectively in every possible deck on planet Earth, including the trifecta decks and the 7 elixir cycles. Even top players agree that it's blatantly unfair, which is indicative of why they are using it, because they know it's not versatile, it's just insanely broken. You can imagine the pros are not the only ones taking advantage of this sporadic opportunity. In fact, the global usage rates are actually game-breaking on their own and will absolutely shock you. The Knight card after its evolution release is now in the top 10 most used cards for both Arena 14 and in tournaments. It's also in the top 2 for both Classic and Grand challenges, with the Little Prince securing first place. However, the normal Knight was already an above-average card, with most players agreeing it has broken stats for its cost. Adding the evolution was just the icing on the cake, with 20% more health than the normal Knight, which is already a mini tank. Then plus the insane damage reduction ability, that's a fine recipe for disaster. You definitely want this card in your deck immediately, because there could always be another and stronger Little Prince arriving in the future, or a huge nerf that may put an end to the Knight's outstanding and arbitrary usage and popularity. If you're interested, check out this video next.